you know, intelligence and passion and ability to make films and the stories. It's like snow, it falls on everybody.
It's easy for those of us who work in the industry now to forget what it's like to be on the outside trying to get into the world of film and television.
If I go back to when I started, when I first had the idea that I wanted to get into film, if there hadn't been an organisation like GMAC, where would I have turned? I would have probably had to try and doorstep professionals or organisations like public funding organisations like Creative Scotland or the BFI.
Whether it's about representing from ethnic backgrounds or a more working class representation, I think that's really lacking, and I think it's lacking because people from those backgrounds basically don't get involved, and they don't get involved because it's very difficult for them to get involved.
Film and TV felt kind of out of my control. It felt like there was like this invisible wall that kind of kept me away from it. Second Light was something aimed at black, minority, ethnic filmmakers or people that want to get into the industry. But I think the fact that it was aimed at people like me, in a sense, it made it a bit less scary to apply for it. It made me see what skills I actually had. It gave me access to people I could never get access to. And a lot of those people were turning around and saying to me, you know, you're talented, you can do this, you need to start believing in yourself.
And unless people find themselves reflected on screen and reflected behind the camera, they don't feel part of a filmmaking community or part of our storytelling structure. You know, that's one of the great things about GMAC. The sort of stepping stones that a place like GMAC provides for that journey is really valuable.
For myself, GMAC has allowed me to come in, develop and enhance my acting skills with workshops that they deliver. So the connection for me and my development has been substantial with GMAC, and I'm really proud of that.
One of the things I really like about GMAC is the model that they have, where they not only are working with independent filmmakers and young people to help them progress their career and get into the industry, is that they also provide production space for the industry. So it makes them a great dating agency to actually bring people together and match them.
I'd never really acted before, to be honest with you. I'd never acted, didn't know if I could do it or not, and then through GMAC I actually, you know, people said to me up there, you should maybe consider, you know, studying this as your career and your profession, so eventually I did. I got a part during college in a BBC show called Zigzag Love with Robert Carlyle, and Gillis McKinnon directed it. Since then I've done bits and bobs of TV. This year I'd done a show called Scylla on ITV where I got to play Paul McCartney, and I was in an American TV show called Outlander.
Training's not for us an indulgence. Training for us is about self-interest. The ability for people to explore filmmaking in environments like GMAC and that training environment that you have there is critical.
There is this real sense of community when you walk in there, and of a sharing of ideas, and that's something that you can't learn anywhere else actually, you except a place like GMAC where it's a warm, safe environment for people who are entering a world that they know nothing about. They just know they want to do it. So they've got the heart and they've got the passion, but they just need that leg up really, and the confidence.
Working with GMAC and the training schemes that they've run and the ones that I've been involved in, what we've found is different, and what's better than some of the training that's currently running is that you get a real quality of support for trainees. And I think at the moment there's a kind of drive towards numbers. It's all about how many, you know, bums you get on seats, how many people you get through the door. And we've found that over the past few years, particularly in Scotland, the quality of training's perhaps taken a back seat. When you're on a production and you're in the heat of production, you don't always have the time to take someone aside, to sit down with them, to check how they're feeling, to see what they're learning, to just make sure that they're getting the support that they need, and the kind of training schemes that can provide that support are absolutely vital.
For us at EIFF, a big part of our sort of shared remit, you might say, and a big passion of ours is that support of new talent. So I think it was sort of a no-brainer that we would want to screen GMAC short films. Aside from anything, it allowed us to get to know the up-and-coming filmmakers. I talk about them at other festivals around the world, but it also gave your filmmakers, your new talent filmmakers basically, the opportunity to learn how to navigate an international festival with different departments, industry, press, you know, different strands, awards. None of us came out the womb knowing how to navigate a film festival or how to walk into a room on your own and make yourself say hello to 5 people who might be able to help you in your career.
When you think about the development of an actual film industry, a sustained, supported film industry in this country, how amazing would it be if something like GMAC was allowed to flourish in conjunction with that?
Well, GMAC, it's a legend, isn't it? I mean, it was it's an institution within Glasgow, and all roads leaded to GMAC as far as my involvement with it was, which was on a show called Cloud Atlas. And we needed a central city base because we were filming in the city of Glasgow on the streets there. And GMAC came out as really the only choice. I didn't want to be anywhere else.